What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. CDK, and this is none other than Sports Talk Network. I'm back at you. I took a day off yesterday to recruit, but hey, man, I really enjoyed myself the other day. The live was great. Shout out to my Sports Talk Network family. We had a great interview with none other than Burning the Boxer, and I'm gonna say this, folks. No matter what or who you're talking to, always stand on your square. Don't change your opinion for no one. Now if you want to change, what's good, free salute. If you want to change your opinion on how you feel about a situation because you feel like somebody is right, you go ahead and do that. But man, as you can see, no matter who I'm talking to, I'm gonna have the same energy, and my thoughts and opinions will remain the same. And you got to do that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, man, and that's what I love about us, man, the Sports Talk Network, man, and my family. You know what I'm saying? All of us, man, are very opinionated. But one thing about us, man, we don't care who we talking to. We're gonna remain the same. And if we feel a certain way about something, it can be Donald Trump standing right there. I'm gonna tell Donald Trump how I feel. That's just what it is, man. I'm not changing up for nobody. There are a lot of great fights coming up. There are a lot of great fights going on. You know what I'm saying? Boxing right now is hot. I feel like, boxing is back on the forefront. I feel like boxing is starting to take that edge over UFC. UFC, it used to be a time when all I seen was UFC posts. Now it seems like boxing is back and we're moving forward, and we're moving forward at the right pace and the right rate. So I'm definitely happy about that, man. But like I said, I enjoyed having Bernie on there. You know what I'm saying? I talked to Bernie after that. Everything was good. You know what I'm saying? No ill will. And like I explained to him, because you like somebody or because you feel like somebody will win, everything is not hate. Every time you have an opinion, man, don't let nobody make you feel like it's hate. If you feel a certain way about a situation, it's not hate. You know what I'm saying? Is it hate that I say I feel like Canelo's gonna be Terrence Bud Crawford? No, it's not. I'm going for Terrence Bud Crawford. I want Bud to win. But if I feel like Canelo is gonna win, you're not gonna make me feel like I'm hating on Bud Crawford. It can be vice versa. It doesn't really matter, man. You're gonna pick somebody to win, and that's just what it is. And it doesn't have to be hate. Hate is when you start to talk, down or bad about the fighter, when you start talking about stuff that doesn't have anything to do with the fight. That's when we see hate. And a lot of that goes on, man. A lot of these channels behind the scenes, we know, like I say all the time, a lot of people are getting paid to say a lot of ridiculous things. I just recently seen Keyshawn Davis, and I'm excited, man. Keyshawn Davis is what boxing is about, and he's what boxing should be. As a boxer, man, a lot of these boxers need to take a page from Keyshawn Davis. They need to see how he's moving. This young man wants all the smoke, as we say. He's calling out Edwin right now, De Los Santos. He wants that fight. And I think that's a remarkable fight now. We haven't seen De Los Santos in the ring since I think last time it was Shakur, if I'm correct. I think that was his last fight. I believe he suffered an injury and he's been out of the ring for a while. So, you know what I'm saying? One thing about him, too, I think he's also a guy that's looking for a big fight. You know what I'm saying? He's been looking for an opportunity to prove himself. A lot of people didn't like that fight between him and Shakur. Shakur, you know what I'm saying, said he hurt his hands, and I believe Shakur hurt his hands. And the reason I believe that is we seen what went on with Shakur. We seen Shakur, you know what I'm saying, the way his hands look. So I'm definitely ready to see how Keyshawn Davis and Edwin De Los Santos plays out. You know what I'm saying? You say all facts free. That's why I didn't come up because I know how he is and I didn't want to disrespect your show. Well, brother, anytime you on my show, it can never be disrespect because you my brother. And I appreciate that. And I appreciate all the support, man, that y'all gave me, man. And I was looking at the comments and I seen everybody had my back. And free, this is the one thing, no disrespect to that man, but I'm just being real. Where I come from, people that know me, you know what I'm saying, they know how I get down. So I really didn't pay it no attention. I just let them know I'm a man, you a man, and you're gonna treat me that way. You know what I'm saying? Because I know it's just boxing. Another thing that I noticed that I want to bring up is this is one thing I know, and I think that this comes from them try to small talk or belittle our channels. They feel like that if we don't have 100,000 subscribers or whatever, I had to put them in his place on this when it came to trying to question our boxing knowledge or act like we didn't know anything because we were saying certain things. They don't do this when they go on these bigger channels. I've never heard him go on Mill City or one of these channels and say, well, you don't know anything. They don't do that. But see, that's the disrespect that comes your way when you don't roll with what they want you to roll with. They don't like when somebody has a different opinion from them. Then they start trying to question your credibility and all of that. You know what I'm saying? It becomes that you don't know anything. There's a lot of guys, you know what I'm saying, that don't know anything of, well, I ain't gonna say nothing about boxing. There's a lot of guys that haven't been in the ring, you know what I'm saying? Or a lot of guys that's not athletic, period. You know what I'm saying? You got Elliot Setback reporting. There's different channels. These guys have never done anything athletic in their life, and they don't question their knowledge or wisdom when it comes to the sport of boxing. They allow these guys to say what they want to say, and there's no question. You know, they ride along. They might, you know what I'm saying, have a little rebuttal with them, but they're not questioning what they know. You know what I'm saying? They don't know we studied. This problem more than them. And we definitely do, free. We have more time to study what's going on. See, the thing about these trainers and stuff like that, they have a lot, you know what I'm saying? They got to be focused and locked in on their fighters. They have to lock in on that. When it comes to us, we don't have no fighter. So we're able to watch more boxing. We're able to pay more attention to what's going on in the sport of boxing than a lot of these guys that be talking. So that's what we do. You think we sit around all day, man, talking boxing and don't pay attention or don't know anything about what's going on? So I don't let nobody, and nobody's gonna never disrespect me or my gang of, you know what I'm saying, or our credibility. You're not gonna do that, man, because everybody that comes on that stage, man, knows plenty about the sport of boxing, and you know what I'm saying, that's evident. You know what I'm saying, and in time, the viewership is gonna go up. You know, we know they're trying to hold us back, man. They don't want to see us shine. They hate that we know what we know. I pay a lot of attention to a lot of these channels. You know what I'm saying, and the one thing I noticed is this right here. BVO asked a question, or he didn't ask the question. He brought up Henry Armstrong. You know what I'm saying, and you know, I did respect. Now on that point, I gotta say I respect what Bernie had to say about that when he said that, you know, man, he holds Henry Armstrong in real high regard. You know what I'm saying? I respect that because he wasn't willing to put Bud Crawford on that level over Henry Armstrong, and neither am I. You know, Henry Armstrong done some amazing things in boxing, and it's gonna be hard for anybody in these days and times to accomplish that. But BVO did bring that up, and what I heard was, you know what I'm saying, after BVO done that, I was passing through on another big channel. The same question or thing that BVO brought up was brought up on another big channel. So this is what this tells me. They pay a lot of attention to us, but they don't know, they don't want us to know they watching. There's times when we'll say something, you know what I'm saying, on here on this live, and then I can go right through and the same questions are being asked. I asked Brian Norman, you know, a question, and I was like, well, a lot of times when you come on the show, you know what I'm saying, Mr. Norman, a lot of people don't ask you about, you know, anything outside of your son. They don't focus on these things. Man, it wasn't an hour later. He was on another channel. They was asking the same questions that I was asking. So people are paying attention to what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they just don't want us to kick your door in. They know we're there, but they don't want to allow us to get through the door, man. They don't want to see that. But we're gonna keep doing what we're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Dub right side at nighttime, man. If y'all ain't got a chance, the opportunity to see that brother, man, that brother's very knowledgeable. And not only in the thing about in the world of boxing, he talks about everything, and I love that, man. A lot of times, man, you know, I want to start doing that same type of stuff. You know, talking about stuff that I love because I love more than just boxing. I love sports in general, but I'm a guy that thinks outside the box, man. I like to talk about a lot of different topics, and you know, I thought about starting me up another channel to focus, you know, solely on that because a lot of times in the algorithm, you know, when you put this boxing in your title or whatever you're doing, when you get to making those videos, YouTube gonna put you in that box, and once you're in that box, it's hard to step outside of that box. It's hard to start talking about other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted to, you know, I had another channel, but I really wasn't focused. It's hard to focus on two channels, too, folks, because I really wanted to talk about, you know, my time in prison, my life stories, drug use, drug abuse. I wanted to get into all of that, but it's hard for me to do that at times because, like I said, YouTube, they don't post those videos when I try to talk about them. So I've definitely been thinking about starting another channel. Me and my brother BVO, we also, you know, we got something coming up real soon. It took a minute, you know what I'm saying? Free said, what you said, they don't have the nuts to ask the tough questions, but they see we ask it and don't get any bad reaction from it, so they just copy it. Man, they and Free, when I tell you, I pointed out the BVO all the time behind the scenes and take them and show them what they talking about. That's what they do. They don't want to ask the tough questions. They're scared they're going to lose the guests. Listen, man, people don't want to see you, you know what I'm saying, agreeing with everything someone has to say. You know what I'm saying? We can do that all day at home, off camera. You have to be able to, man, stand on what you said And that day right there, I felt like me, BVO Market Dan, all of us stood on business. We all stood on how we felt. We didn't change up nobody, you know what I'm saying, sugarcoated. And we all gave Terrence Bud Crawford his respect without being disrespectful. That's what it's about. You don't have to be disrespectful to anyone to get your point across, you know. And that's something that I truly believe, Bernie's gonna have to work on. I think as a person, when you're a grown man, you should be able to have these type of conversations with people where it don't turn into disrespect. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be a situation where if somebody don't agree with you, you know what I'm saying? Well, they don't agree with what I got to say, so I'm gonna disrespect them. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't work like that, man, because a lot of times I feel like this. There ain't no need for me to go off on the internet. We can't see each other. We're not right in front of each other, what I mean. You know what I'm saying? I know if a guy standing in front of me and called me a silly ML, I'm going to slap the taste out of his mouth. I'm going to see what you really talking about. So that's why I don't do all the back and forth on here, because I know who I am and I know what I'm going to do. It ain't going to be no questions asked. So a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, I feel like there's no need for me to argue with someone online. It defeats the purpose. What are we gonna do? Are we gonna meet up? Are we gonna get on a plane? Am I gonna fly to Vegas, or he gonna come here to Tennessee? You understand what I'm saying? It ain't that serious. So you gotta learn how to respect one another, man, and we gotta do better at that. And that's something that he gotta work on, because I've noticed as he goes across the other channels, you know what I'm saying, not just here, he talks crazy. And a lot of times when he talks crazy, he don't never get a response back. Like it's usually keep it in 100. I seen him on Mill City. I seen him say a lot of stuff to Mill City that I thought was disrespectful. And Mill let it go. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, man, Leo. Yeah, you say you glad I held it together. You got to, because I wanted the interview to continue. And I know I am, man. I done almost 20 years in prison, man. It ain't nothing it ain't nothing to brag on. It ain't nothing to boast on. I done been in plenty of fights. I done been shot. I done shot, I done it all. Just put it that way. And I'll stand on business at any time. Ain't no man gonna scare me. We put our pants on the same way. And then I don't care. I'm just this type of guy right here. I just feel like ain't nobody 5'5", 130 pounds got no business in my realm or in my universe talking about, anything disrespectful to me. That's just how I feel. So, a lot of times, man, we got to let these things go. Ain't no need to talking crazy. We're going to continue to strive. And then people, if you don't hold it together, you know what I'm saying, the next person's not going to want to come on your channel. Somebody going to see that and say, well, you know what, man, he handled it the right way. I can respect that, man. I can go over there and have a conversation with those guys, you know what I'm saying, because that's what it's about. And we're going to continue, like I said. Keyshawn Davis, let me get back to that, and Evan De Los Santos. I really want to know how y'all feel about that fight. I think, I don't want to say it's a 50-50 fight. Like a lot of times, everything 50-50 when we get two good individuals in the fight. Because if you're picking someone to win, then you don't think it's 50-50. That's what I'll say. If I pick someone to win, I truly don't believe it's 50-50. There's got to be an edge somewhere. And I'm picking Keyshawn Davis to win that fight. So I'm going to lean towards, I'm going to say it's a 60-40, maybe a 70-30. I believe, but this fight right here will tell how far Keyshawn Davis has come. It'll really separate him from the pack if he's able to go out there and dominate Evan De Los Santos. If he goes out there and dominate, you know what I'm saying, we definitely can't, you know what I'm saying, question how good Keyshawn Davis is anymore. For a long time now, a lot of people have been questioning, you know what I'm saying, is he really elite? We all know he's a good boxer, but is he elite? That's what everybody wants to know. Is Keyshawn Davis the elite fighter we think he is? I believe he's elite. I believe, you know what I'm saying, there's a few things that I want him to work on. You know what I'm saying? You said De Los Santos stopped Rao. Yes, he did. He stopped Rao. You know what I'm saying? He did. I ain't gonna put it off on Rao not being prepared. You know, he was young. That was a big fight. Keyshawn's young. This is a very big fight. But man, let's think about that. If Keyshawn Davis is able to go out there, and we seen how Shakur Stevenson fought De Los Santos, I don't think Keyshawn Davis gonna fight him like that. One big difference between Keyshawn and Shakur, keeping it real, is power. Let's talk about that. When you think about Keyshawn Davis, you think about, man, a very skilled boxer. But nobody really looked at the fact that Keyshawn Davis has 13 wins, and nine of those wins have come by way of knockout. Keyshawn Davis, man, is getting people out of there. Keyshawn Davis has plenty of power. I'm not going to say it's tank power, but Keyshawn Davis, man, has real power, and he can punch, man, and he sits down on his punches, and he does it well. So one thing about it, Keyshawn has the power to hurt De Los Santos. De Los Santos definitely has the power to hurt Keyshawn. So it's gonna be interesting. But when I lean, you know what I'm saying, I say power. I say the power is right there for both of them. It might be a 50-50 when it comes to power, but boxing skills, I give the edge to Keyshawn. I think Keyshawn is a better boxer. I think he has the better trainer, and I think the better game plan will be on Keyshawn Davis' side. I think a lot of that's gonna play into that fight. You know what I'm saying? That's where Keyshawn Davis will excel at. He has all the other stuff, the attributes and everything he needs, man, to make his fight. He could make it an easy night at the office, man. I hate to say it. I keep wondering when will Keyshawn be in a tough fight. You know what I'm saying? We seen him in some moments where he had the guy that wanted to wrestle and try to be physical with him. But when does that tough fight happen? When do we see a fight break out with Keyshawn where we can say, all right, man, that dude got everything, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm looking for. I think the Keyshawn, man, is going to take maybe Javante Tank Davis or Shakur Stevenson. It's going to take a guy of that caliber to really push Keyshawn to his limits. And we heard Keyshawn, man, he's calling for Tank. He's calling for Tank. Since, you know, you hear people say he don't really want to fight. He just using for clout. I don't believe that. I don't believe Keyshawn Davis is looking for clout. I believe he believes in him in his skills. I believe he thinks he really can beat Tank, and he wants that fight. You know, I don't know how other people feel about that fight. I would be really want to hear how people think. Do people think that Tank and Keyshawn is a 50-50 fight right now at this moment? I want to hear that because I think it's a really good fight. A lot of people didn't think Lamont Roach and Tank would be a good fight, but it was. But I say this right here: the difference between Keyshawn and Lamont Roach, and I was telling somebody this at work yesterday when they tried to break down and said, well, man, Lamont Roach, you know what I'm saying? You see what he done to Tank. Let's think about Keyshawn. I said, listen, there are reasons that that fight played out like it did. One, Lamont Roach is a good fighter. Let's give him that. Two, Lamont Roach and Tank know each other very well. They've been around each other a long time. They sparred. They've been friends. They know each other. Three, Lamont Roach is a counter puncher. Lamont Roach counter, you know what I'm saying? Tank to me is a counter puncher. Tank doesn't like to lead. He wants you to set yourself up. Lamont Roach had Tank kind of lead at times. And I think it threw Tank off a whole lot. I think it made Tank kind of fight a different fight. You know, I could be wrong. Y'all might think a little different. Tell me, you know what I'm saying, if you've seen something different from what I've seen. But that's what I've seen. You know what I'm saying? I think Lamont Roach's style was great for Javante Tank Davis in the sense that Tank don't want to lead. Keyshawn is going to want to lead. Keyshawn loves to press forward. Keyshawn likes to fight. And the only thing that scares me with Keyshawn, Tank got that power that if you don't see his punch coming, he can get you out of there. And that's why I think styles make fights. And I think with Keyshawn would have to do a few things different. I think the game plan from Bomac, because Bomac always has a great game plan, will be a whole lot different. You know what I'm saying? But I think Keyshawn definitely will want to fight. And that's the difference between Keyshawn and Lamont Roach. And that's why I say you can't never say just because Lamont Roach look good against Tank, Keyshawn will. It'll be an interesting fight. I think the Keyshawn, like I said, right now at 135, man, the landscape, I say Tank still, I still got to say right now, Tank is number one. And, I'm going to give him number one 135. I'm going to say that. I'll say Keyshawn, you know what I'm saying, or however you want it, or Shakur. I'll put them at number 2 or 3. I'm gonna go as far. I'm gonna go on the limb, and I'm putting Keyshawn right now. You know what I'm saying, at number 2. People might not like it, but I'm gonna put him at number 2. I'll put Shakur at 3. Those are my top 3 fighters right now at 135. That's how I see it. I think those 3 right there, man, are capable of beating each other. It was something like, I had a few comments with Sean Porter the other day. I didn't like anything Sean Porter said. Sean Porter, for some reason. Another thing, let me say this right here about Sean Porter, because I told him this. I seen that he had Teofimo Lopez on his channel. And my exact quote to him in words was, why do y'all continuously, as black men, allow these racists to come on your channel and give them support or a voice? I don't agree with that. I'm not, listen, man, as big as name as Teofimo Lopez or Ryan Garcia is, I don't want to interview with him. I don't want to talk to him. I don't respect him. And if I was to talk to him, I know where the interview wouldn't last long because I'm going to say a whole lot of things they're not going to want to hear. And I don't understand that. I don't see why Sean Porter can sit in front of Teofimo Lopez with this big smile on his face and never questioned him. Not once did he question him. I didn't hear it. You know what I'm saying? I might have missed it. I didn't hear him question T.O. about T.O.'s antics or the way T.O. moves when it comes to black people, man. You know what I'm saying? If somebody show you something, believe it. He ain't show you once. He showed you twice. We heard Ryan Garcia say the things he said about, you know what I'm saying, George Floyd was an ultimate disrespect. Black people, we got to do better, man. We got to start, man, loving each other and caring about each other enough that we don't do anything to make us look bad in the eyes of each other. And I feel like anytime you bring one of those guys on your platform, that's what you're doing. You are really saying, I don't care what he said about another brother, another black person. Let it ride. Let it ride. If you're going to bring him on there, man, and let him have it and bring the smoke, then, man, by all means, let's do that. You know what I'm saying? But if you bring them on there just to talk boxing and about Arnold Barboza and what you going to do to win the fight, no, he don't deserve that platform. He don't deserve it. I'd rather see Barboza on there. Until now, he ain't said anything, you know what I'm saying, that just makes me feel like, all right, no, we don't need to see him either. So let me see him on there. I respect all boxers. I don't care what race you are, what color you are. But when you start disrespecting my people, I don't have no time or a place for you. And that's how Sean Porter needs to move. But Sean Porter's done a lot of questionable stuff in my eyes that make me think, man, that he, you know what I'm saying, keeps on, he like a shine shoes. Let me say that. Sean Porter is a shoe shiner. I call it the Shoe Shine Committee. And we got a bunch of those guys. What's good, Prize? What you doing, my brother? Yeah, we got a lot of those guys, man, that love to shine shoes. And they love to, you know, disregard how black people feel. You know, anytime somebody says, man, they wish they can, you know, dig George Floyd up and kill him again, you don't, man, bring that person on your channel. You know, anytime somebody's willing to send a package of bananas or something to another black man or call us monkeys, you don't bring that man on your channel. You don't give him a platform or a voice. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not going to never, man, let my integrity, you know what I'm saying, be questioned. Because with Sean Porter and some of these guys that bring Teofimo Lopez on their channel, you should definitely be questioning that. It lets you know, man, they don't care about none of that. All they care about is views and a dollar. Views and a dollar. That's what it's all about. And most of these guys got money anyway, so a person like Sean Porter should definitely be able to turn down that interview. He definitely don't need it. You understand what I'm saying? What is Sean Porter, you know what I'm saying, interviewing Teofimo Lopez for? He don't need the money. Sean Porter, you know what I'm saying, should be set for life if he took care of business right. So that's how I'm looking at it, man. We got to do better by each other, man. As black people, we got to start loving each other and showing each other more support and start thinking about some of the things these dudes are doing. Because they brought, you know, racism has always been in boxing, but they just brought it to the forefront. They said, we don't even care. We're going to let these black folks know what we think about you. We don't care nothing about you. And that's what's going on now. And we still getting these guys our support. We still showing them love, still showing them support. That's why you ain't going to never hear me really when it comes to the Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney situation. No matter what Devin done, do I agree with suing somebody, a boxer, over a fight? No, I don't agree with that. I think it's, you know what I'm saying, it's not a good look. But at the same time, I don't have no problem. I'm not going to talk that bad about Devin Haney. I can promise you that. I'll never give Ryan Garcia credit for beating Devin Haney. He cheated. That's how I feel. He'll never get that from me. I don't care what happened, how the game plan was. He cheated. So I want y'all to keep that in mind. Devin Haney has become the all-time villain. You know what I'm saying? He's an all-time villain, man. People really, truly hate Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? For real, Price flat out cheated. And they still showing this man love and respect. Ellis Setback. These people, man, I keep telling folks they don't care nothing about us. You want to pay attention to how Ellis Setback move? Where's he always at when you see him doing something? Reporting. He's at a gym full of people that don't look like us. And he's always downplaying other black fighters. The only fighter that I can say that he has any respect for is Javante Tank Davis. You know what I'm saying? That look like us. Yeah, he talk good about Tank. But anything else, man, I'm telling you, man, the guy just don't move straight. A lot of these guys have been doing this for a long time to us. They've been getting away with it. And that's why I say, man, we got to start coming together and supporting each other. You know, these other black channels, man, a lot of people in the boxing community, yeah, is banana really racist? Yes, it is. Because what you're saying is, but when you call me a monkey, Leo, And then what do monkeys like? They like bananas. See, when you do something like that, you gotta know what come with it and what the meaning behind it. Teofimo Lopez has been going around calling black folks monkeys. So guess what he does? Monkeys like bananas. Let me send you a package of bananas, monkey. Yeah, it's very racist. It's racist when you're using it in that context. Bananas ain't racist. It's the thought that came with the bananas that was racist. That's what's racist. You know what I'm saying? So you got to always think, man, don't keep your mind clear. Think about what somebody's doing, how they move in their actions, and it allows you to, you know what I'm saying? We got to always, man, I got a saying, man, I'm always looking in all 6 directions, and there's a reason for that. Keep your eyes open. Don't let nobody pour the wool over your eyes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Leo, once again, ain't nothing wrong with bananas. But when somebody call you a monkey and send you a banana, and they're laughing about it, you know why they sent it. You understand what I'm saying? There's not one person that didn't take that as racist because they know why T.O. sent the bananas. He sent them because he's saying black folks are monkeys. There ain't nothing wrong. Ain't like I said, a fruit can't be racist. You understand what I'm saying? A fruit can't be racist, but it's the thought that came behind the fruit that you sent me that made the situation racist. That's why it was, and that's what Keyshawn, that's why people took it like that. T.O. does a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, T.O. goofy. T.O. does a lot of things, man. You know, he's jealous of us. He's jealous of his contract. Sunday Bernie said to Mason, nobody put T.O. in a bad contract like that. He's mad because he's making $500,000-$600,000 a fight. I mean, not 500, yeah, $500,000 or $600,000 a fight, and Devin Haney them over getting $2 and $3 million. Nobody gave you that contract. Devin Haney didn't make you sign that contract. What is it? You signed the deal with Bob Erm and Top Rank. This is what you signed for. Guess what they was? Those so-called people you were calling monkey had a lot more common sense than you. They were a lot smarter than you. They didn't get trapped into one of these bad deals. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's jealousy, pride. It's definitely jealousy, man. He's jealous, but I don't understand why he's not jealous of Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying? He's not jealous. He don't really have too much to say. You know what I'm saying? He'll say a little something. Him and Ryan go back and forth on certain stuff. But have you ever heard any real disrespect between those guys to the point where you would say, oh, man. You understand what I'm saying? So with T.O., like I said, I ain't got no love or respect for T.O. I hate the way he move. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like DMX. I hate the way he talk. I hate the way he dress. I hate the way he comb his hair. I don't like nothing about Teofimo Lopez. That's how I feel about him. I feel the same way about him and Ryan, and I feel that same way about Ryan Garcia. Those guys, to me, man, you know what I'm saying, are a disgrace to their own race. That's what they are. You understand what I'm saying? They're a disgrace to their own race. And they make their own people look bad, man. And it's a bad look, you know what I'm saying? I'm out here in, in the South. And when you see Mexicans and blacks, they, like they say out in California, they don't get along with each other. Here, man, it's love. Like, we get along. So I don't understand that, man. Like, I got a lot of friends that's Mexican and we close. Like, one of my closest partners, he's Mexican. Not half. He's full Mexican. And, man, we love each other as my brother. So I don't be understanding, where all that comes from. I just don't, you know what I'm saying? But everybody for each his own, you know what I'm saying? And people gonna do what they gonna do, man. And a lot of times I tell people all the time, the way you see a child act when they become an adult, they learn it in their own house. When I look at Ryan Garcia and his father, I can see that. When I look at T.O. and his father, I can see that. I can see where the ignorance come from. You understand what I'm saying? And it's gonna remain that way. And it's crazy to think, you know what I'm saying, like I said, that we continue to support this mess. I'm ready, you know what I'm saying, for Ryan Garcia to get into a real fight. You know, he's fighting Rolly Romero. Now, what I didn't like, and this is something I peep game about, I feel like, why did Ryan Garcia get Rolly, but Devin Haney got Jose Ramirez? Why did he get an easy comeback fight? Because that's what it is. He got a fight coming back, man. This should be a cakewalk for Ryan Garcia. There ain't nothing. That should be an 80-20 fight. That's what we're looking at. That's how big of, when it comes to skill set, how big of a difference it is. Rolly Romero, man, was the worst world champion in boxing history in my eyes. I think he's the worst fighter ever to be a world champion. That's how I see Rolly. He has power, yes, we know that. But other than that, there's nothing to come with that power. No skill set, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? And Ryan Garcia is getting that. But Devin Haney, we know Devin Haney's not going to take the easy fight. Devin Haney's always looking. That's another thing I can't understand. People don't never want to give Devin Haney credit or the respect he deserves. You know what I'm saying? Prior for Devin Haney always taking on a tough challenge. Always looking for a tough challenge. And he's building his resume. And that's what, you know what I'm saying? I heard somebody say, Blue Blood Sports said this the other day, which was ridiculous. He's going for Bud Crawford, and that's cool, like I said, because we're all rooting for Bud Crawford. Resume. Yeah, you're right, Leo. That champ Keyshawn, but he'll beat Rolling. I agree with you, but he'll beat Rolling, man. I'm telling you, Keyshawn is that good. Rolling Romero is man hot garbage. I'm talking about hot garbage. You know what I'm saying? That's what he is. Man, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, definitely. What I was gonna say was when you talk about resume, I heard Blue Blood say something that was ridiculous in my eyes. He said, "Well, we looking at Canelo resume." He tried to question Canelo Alvarez's resume by saying that he didn't win this fight or this fight. Your resume is who you fought, not who you beat. Canelo Alvarez's resume is 15 times better than Terrence Bud Crawford's resume. He tried to say they was close together. No, they're not. We know who Canelo Alvarez has fought. It don't matter whether you win or not. If I fight all the champions, that's what my resume is. My resume is what I done. That's what it is. And that's what I had to me him going back. I had to break that down to him. Your resume is who you fight. It's not who you beat. It's who you had got in that ring, who you had competition with. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Canelo got a much better resume. But the way, if you look at what Blue Blood was saying, the way he was trying to break it down, he was trying to say, well, he beat an old coach, he lost to Duvall. I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Definitely on Turkish. Yeah, he definitely on his sack. You know what I'm saying? And people need to understand, like I said, man, what resumes is. Because you get a bunch of, the thing it is, you get a bunch of guys like, I ain't got a bunch of casuals. I got hardcore boxing fans. You see what I'm saying? Blue Blood has the luxury of having hardcore boxing fans, but he also has a bunch of casuals subscribe because he got a big channel. So a lot of those people don't know no better. We know better. We know what a resume means when it comes to the sport of boxing. We know the difference between Canelo Alvarez's resume and looking over there at Bud Crawford. And all respect to Bud Crawford and his resume. This ain't no hate, folks. It's not no hate. But man, I'm just thinking, man, I'm going through the list. Floyd Mayweather on there, Laura on there, Caleb Plant, Bellinger, Charlo, Bivol, you know what I'm saying? Triple G 3 times. I'm just thinking, man, like when you calling this man resume out, man, there's so many fighters on there, it don't make sense. The man fought a who's who. Miguel Cotto, you understand what I'm saying? He ain't even bring that name up. I think he forgot that the man fought Miguel Cotto. I think he forgot all about that fight. Man, Canelo Alvarez has faced everybody. What's his name? Callum Smith. You know, man, we can go on and on about who Canelo Alvarez has on his resume. He fought everybody. Now he's fighting Bud, you know what I'm saying, in September. So we know what the man has done. And it's hard to even argue about a resume when it comes to that. He has the best resume right now in the sport of boxing. I don't think you can name another fighter. It is not even close because a lot of guys don't even have the time in. Now we see David Benavidez is starting to build his resume. It's starting to look good. You know what I'm saying? The writing on the wall with what this guy's trying to do. David Benavidez is not trying to take an easy fight. Canelo told David Benavidez, go build your own legacy. He's building his own legacy. That's what I want to see from a fighter. But yeah, a resume don't mean, but you don't have to win a fight to have a resume. You know what I'm saying? You can get fired from a job, but it's on your resume. Think about that. You lose your job, you did work there. That's on your resume. So you can't lie to the people. You have to tell the people what the truth is. You know, they keep trying to come up with the reason. Me and Blue Blood got $100 bet behind the scenes. You know, I bet him $100, little light hundred that, you know what I'm saying, Canelo, he took Bud, and we'll see what happens. If Bud wins, I ain't going to be mad about that 100. I'm going to ship it straight to him. But, you know, hey, if Bud lose, ship me my 100 straight to me. That's just what we're doing. You know, I just see things differently. But I think that you can talk yourself. You can look at the notable wins on the resume. That's cool. And you right, Brian. I agree with you. But like you said, you can look at the wins, but you can also look at the losses. Pacquiao has losses, but Floyd's on his resume, right? Marquez put him to sleep, but he's on his resume. You see what I'm saying? All them people on your resume, you can't take away from my resume. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Canelo ain't never been down, and he ain't going down no time soon, Leo. I don't believe. I don't believe Canelo Alvarez is going down. I don't believe, you know what I'm saying, and just being real that when we speak on Canelo Alvarez, like I said, the only time he's ever been hurt was against Miguel Cotto's brother that I've seen him physically hurt. And I think it had more to do with coming in the ring at 147 pounds and not supposed to be there. Canelo probably, when he was at 147, should have been at 160. But you know when they're young, when they're trying to lose all that weight, man, when you losing all that weight like that, it takes away from everything. Your chin, stamina, power. When you're losing too much weight, it takes away from all your attributes. And that's what happened in that fight. And Canelo didn't spend a lot of time, if you notice, he didn't spend a whole lot of time at 147 because he knew that, and Eddie Reynoso knew that. This is not the right weight class. He can't stick around here too long. And you see what happened? He moved on from there. And ever since Canelo has been outside of 147, we've seen him fight, man. You know, Canelo's never going to fight anyone really his size, you know what I'm saying, too much. He's always been fighting the bigger fighter. So that tells you how much Canelo brings to the ring, man. That dude's special. And I don't mind saying, that's what I tell people. When I say, man, you have to be able to, you know what I'm saying, to judge a person off what their credibility is, what they do in the ring, instead of worrying about what they look like. I give Canelo full credit, man, for being who he is. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, Bud Crawford, yes, I want Bud Crawford to win. Do I think he can? No. That got by much chances, you know, maybe I see it like this. I ain't gonna lie to you. When they were talking about Bud Crawford going to 154 and facing that Jamel Charlo, I thought Jamel Charlo was gonna give him real problems. And I still believe had they fought, you know what I'm saying, in my heart of hearts, I believe Jamel Charlo would have gave Bud Crawford real problems. I think he was a different animal from Earl Spence. You know what I'm saying? Bigger guy, you know, I just think he would have. I could be wrong, but I think that would have been a great fight. I see that fight with Bud and Canelo playing out the same way. I see it playing out once he gets hit with something. Something, man, I think Jamel Charlo took a shot on the arm. And that shot on the arm made that man jump on his bicycle and do 100 miles an hour. He jumped on his bicycle, man, and ran as fast as he could. He did not want to go down. He didn't want to get knocked out. He didn't want to look at them lights. He didn't want to. He didn't want nobody standing over top of him with that smelling sauce or bending down with that smelling sauce over his nose. So what did he do? He ran for the whole fight and he collected a paycheck. You're not gonna beat Canelo Alvarez if you run the whole fight. See, he said Laura ran the whole fight, Bernie did okay. Well, I feel like that Bud Crawford got too much hard to run, but I think his hard would be his own downfall. I think the hard that Bud Crawford has is gonna cause him to go out there and do something stupid and ridiculous. And for the first time, we all gonna be looking at the TV, and we're gonna be looking at Bud, and he's gonna be laying straight back like that, and they're gonna be over top of him with that smelling sauce. He getting that smelling sauce. Mark my words, and I told y'all this. Bud Crawford is getting that smelling sauce. You know, hey, ain't nothing wrong with that smelling sauce, but he getting it. You understand? Tell Bo Mac keeps or whoever to keep one on standby. Because, you know what I'm saying, I want to make sure that everything's okay after the fight. I want to make sure that Bud Crawford, you know what I'm saying, is okay. I want to make sure they got the right smelling sauce. They say you could be allergic to that smell. That's what I call it. They say you can be allergic to smelling sauce. So make sure, you know what I'm saying, that Bud Crawford has the right one, because he gonna wake him up, because he gonna fight. Bud Crawford gonna fight, man. Yeah, Bud gonna fight. It's all he know. Yeah, he's very smart, but he's also tough and he got hard. He got hard like none other. Bud Crawford don't know how to lay down, man. My type of fighter. See how I'm giving him credit at the same time, but saying he gonna lose. So that's how you don't disrespect the man. You keep it real. And I'm just telling you, Bud Crawford can fight, but he got a heart bigger than his fight. And that's saying a lot, because he's a main world-class fighter, pound for pound great. I just think that when Canelo catches Bud with something good, Bud gonna go in. Because we heard Bernie say, if he hit him with a big shot, Bud gonna go, we're gonna get it. Don't get him, Bud. take that big shot, you know what I'm saying, regroup and keep boxing. If Bud Crawford does that, if he doesn't do anything that will cause, you know what I'm saying, that type of style, like we know how Bud, they say that mean Bud. If he don't do that, man, it's gonna be all right. It's gonna Bud makes adjustments. Yeah. You know what? His power won't be enough, Leo. So he'll have to make the necessary adjustments. You know what I'm saying? And I agree with you 100%. You know what I'm saying? I'm rooting for Bud. I want Bud to win. If it'd be the most happy I ever been of losing $100 if Bud Crawford win. I'll be happy to pay that bet. You know what I'm saying? It'd be an honor to pay $100. Bud proved me wrong before, but that was against Earl Spence, and I didn't have no business picking Earl Spence. But I picked him because I went with my heart. I've been an Earl Spence fan. I didn't see nothing in my real mind that said Earl Spence had a real chance, but I picked him because I wanted to, and I was like, man, Earl, you gonna do it. Went with my heart. And a lot of times I don't go with my heart, and I used to be right. But I was wrong that time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If he wins, he get all Canelo belts. Yes, sir. He will be a 3-time undisputed world champion. Yeah, I don't like that prize. That's another thing, prize people are not talking about. Bud Crawford is going to be sitting out, I think, 13 months when him and Canelo get in the ring. At 37 years old, folks, that is too much time of inactivity. That's what people are not looking at. You know what I'm saying? People don't want to look at what's good, Thomas, man. What's good? Salute, my brother. I don't know how I missed it when you came in. You can't sit out at 37. Listen, man, my knees hurt now if I sit down too long. When you get a certain age, you know what I'm saying? Thomas know what I'm talking about. When you get a certain age, man, your body just don't function like it used to. You got to move a little different. You got to stay a little more active. You know what I'm saying? You got to do a little more. Bud Crawford has no business staying out of the ring 13 months without a fight. I know what he's doing, and people don't want to keep it real. I'm keeping it real. Bud has in his mind, listen, man, I'm going to tell you what kind of scary Bud. That Madrimal fight was a good fight. It was a good fight. And Bud realized something. These guys at 154 are tough. It ain't that Bud think he gonna lose. But what happens if Bud goes in there with a Fundora or something and suffers a cut? Anything happens. Now the fight with Canelo is off. Canelo moves on and does something else. Bud can't take that chance is what he's thinking. But I think he should have went to maybe 160. I think he should have got a fight in at least 160. I believe that. Just to get a feel for his body at a higher weight to see how he feels. You understand what I'm saying? You don't want to jump from 154. I'm going to say really from 147 to 168. Go out there and get in there with Canelo Alvarez. That's your first test at a big weight like that. No, it would probably, if Bud gets, Leo said, if Bud gets all the belts but not going to defend them, would that mess up the division? No, it wouldn't mess the division up because what we probably would get was a bunch of guys scrambling or trying to get the fights, a bunch of promoters, you know what I'm saying, wanting to get their fighter in a fight. It basically would open the division back up. And that's when we would see a lot of the top guys fighting for these belts. It was, you know what I'm saying? And then we'll see the merry-go-round again. Everybody trying to become 2-time world champion. Man, it's going to make it real interesting if Bud is able to win. If Bud wins, now what I'm going to think will happen, Bud is making $50 million, you know what I'm saying, from what I'm hearing, on the front end to fight Canelo. Canelo's getting 70. And I'm also hearing they might be getting, Have Turkey's doing it with this pay-per-view and all that, the seeding, that they're going to be getting money off of that. These guys are going to bring a lot of money home that night. If I'm Bud Crawford and I beat Canelo once, I go back and fight him again. I'll fight him again. Man, do you know how much money Bud Crawford could walk away with if he's able to beat Canelo the first time? Man, Bud Crawford going to have, man, what they call generational wealth money. That's what he can make off Canelo Alvarez. Generational wealth money. Bud Crawford will be set. His kids will be set. That's what 2 fights with him and Canelo could mean, possibly. That's another reason, you know what I'm saying, I really want to see Bud win, man. Because I love to see us win. And if he pulls that victory off, man, hey, man, that's a big, he going to get paid. Canelo, you know one thing about Canelo, Canelo going to want that rematch. He's going to want that rematch because it's going to get Canelo also an opportunity to be a 3-time undisputed world champion. That's what it would do. So there's a lot riding on the line, and there's a lot of reasons why, what I'm saying, if Bud wins, man, just thinking about that, Bud probably can make close to upwards of 160, $170 million in 2 fights with Canelo Alvarez. That's a lot of money. Or if he wins that first fight and able to some kind of way negotiate and get a 50-50 split with Canelo in the second fight, $200 million altogether between 2 fights. That's a lot of money. Now, there was a debate the other day, and I was at work, man, and I heard y'all having that debate prize, and it was about, I think it was about should Shakur Stevenson and Tank really be on the undercard of Canelo Alvarez and Bud Crawford, and which fight is the bigger fight? I was thinking about that, man, when y'all was talking about that, and I really thought about it. And I said, I don't know the true numbers of Lamont Roach and Gervonta Tank Davis, but I'll say this. If Tank Davis was able to do 500,000 pay-per-view buys, as they were saying, that's the high-end number. With a Lamont Roach, think what him and Shakur Stevenson does. It don't matter how many fans Shakur Stevenson has that people keep trying to bring up. Because more people know who Shakur Stevenson is than Lamont Roach. I can promise you that. Think what he can do with a Shakur Stevenson. The numbers. Tank could do 1 million pay-per-view buys with a Shakur Stevenson. Now, Bud and Canelo. We know that Canelo can do 500,000 or 600,000 pay-per-view buys by himself. We know that. So when we're looking at a Bud and Canelo fight, I see that fight. It should, man. Boxing is strange these days, you know what I'm saying? And for some reason, man, I don't know why, it seems like nobody, these cards that Turki Al-Sheikh is having are the best cards we've ever seen. And it feels like because I'm going to tell you what's really going on. You have so many people hating on Turki and what he's doing. I've never seen nothing like it, man. It's to the point where, you know what I'm saying, it seems like they don't want to even buy the pay-per-view. Real hardcore boxing fans are willing to not watch that just to keep us important what Turki's doing. And it's crazy. It's crazy. So the Canelo and Bud fight, to me, I don't know what's going to happen. I want to say it's going to do 1.2, you know what I'm saying, if 1.2, 1.3 million as it should do. But you never know. Because you got these channels, man, that's being paid. I keep telling y'all this. They're getting paid by these promotion companies to, you know what I'm saying, to really shit, I'm going to say that, shit on Turki in the zone and what they doing over there. A lot of people, the Fanons, I'm going to say the names, hate to say it, they people see riders, they get paid, man, to basically, you know what I'm saying, continuously find reasons to hate on Turki and what he's doing. And my brother Pryor said something the other day, when did people really start worrying about the money aspect? You know what I'm saying? And in a sense, Pryor, what you said was correct, because when it comes to worrying about the money aspect, like, but this is what they say, not the money. They worry about where the fight's being held at. Why do you think I care that the fight's over there in Saudi Arabia or wherever they having the fight at? I'm still watching it on my TV. If it's in Las Vegas or Saudi Arabia or over in Tokyo or Africa, I'm still sitting in front of my TV watching the same 2 fighters fight. And I've heard a few channels, man, try to worry about that. I said to myself, something ain't right. When do people start worrying about where they're hosting these fights at? It doesn't make sense. You're not a real boxing fan if you're worrying about where they're hosting the fight at. No. A lot of these guys that worry about that, they're one of 2 things. They're either being paid or they're just a Gervonta Tank Davis fan. It's one of the 2. And I'm a Tank Davis fan, but I'm real. So that makes me realize this. Something ain't right. Who paying these people? Yeah, hey, I don't care where they fight at, Leo, because it doesn't matter to me. But there's a thing. You say our fighters should fight here. If I give you $30 million of my money, I'll pick where I want you to fight at. It's my money. And that's what them fighters, real fighters, understand that. How can you tell a man that's giving you $30 million that he can't pick, you know what I'm saying, where I fight at? It's not a real big picture. It's only a big tank. Everybody that's got a problem with what these fighters fighting at, or either Tank fans. I went back and done a lot of research, or either they're PBC, and all of that is behind the scenes action. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, even though I don't like it and rather the fights be in the States, at the end of the day, I just want the fights. That's real. I love fights in Vegas, but prize, I don't care. If the fight take place, the fight take place. I'm not going to Vegas every time they fight anyway. I'm watching it on my TV. So what difference does it matter? You can't make it make sense. Can't nobody make it make sense to me. If they said two fighters are fighting, right, and I'm gonna be at home watching it anyway, why do I care what they fighting at? All I wanted was to fight, right? I've been asking for this fight for years. Turkey give it to me. Now I want to complain about what they fighting at. And I wouldn't go into the fight anyway. Some things are common sense. Some things that don't take, you know what I'm saying, a person having a little common sense to wake up and realize that the person over here is either hating on Turkey or they getting paid to hate on Turkey. It's one of the two. And I feel like, man, listen, I can guarantee you this. If Javante Tank Davis tomorrow woke up and said, or today, man, hey, me and Turkey just came to an agreement. Me, him, and Al, we're going to do business. All of a sudden, those same people now will start praising Turkey. Start loving what, oh, you know, I love what Turkey's doing. I apologize for that, y'all. I love what Turkey's doing. Well, it creates jobs everywhere, and it's a thing. Listen, once again, a lot of the things like that, what I'm telling you is, Leo, boxing fans don't worry about that. We worry about good fights. I don't care nothing about the tourism. I'm in Tennessee watching the fight on my TV. I don't care about no money going to Vegas. It ain't bringing no money to my house. This is what Pride was saying, and this is what us hardcore boxing fans are saying. We don't care about that type of stuff. We care about a fight. I can't worry about tourism. I can't worry about the money is generating over in Las Vegas. I don't even live in Vegas. You understand what I'm saying? He ain't taking nothing from me, but what he is doing is giving a fighter generational type money to feed their families. Now, if you're going to worry about something, be happy that your favorite fighter is getting paid what he deserves. Be happy that you got somebody finally getting, your fighter finally getting a real check. He ain't getting beat. He's happy with what he got. And another thing, this is what I'm telling people, man, to pay attention to now. Canelo Alvarez and Bud Crawford fight is taking place where? Las Vegas. You know why? They asked for it. That's why I keep telling y'all it's hate. Turkey already said, if you want to fight in Vegas, big fight, that's his words, you can do it in Vegas. It makes sense. They fighting in Vegas. You understand what I'm saying? Like, people have started to worry about stuff that they never worried about before. And what I'm telling you is, it's because of certain reasons. You know, PBC, Tank, whatever. They finding reasons to worry about things that fight fans shouldn't be worried about. All we should be worried about is who's getting in the ring. Who's getting in the ring? Who's fighting? Okay, they fighting. I can watch it on my TV. Yes, let's see it. You know what I'm saying? What's my man? My brother BVO. You know what I'm saying? You a real fight fan, you don't care where the fight's at. They can fight in my backyard. I just want to see the fight. I've never seen boxing or this type of hate when all the years, all I've ever heard was, we're not getting the fights we want. And when we get the fights we want, now you're worrying about what they having the fights at. You know, this I'm telling you, man, it has gotten that crazy in the world of boxing. And it's all because people are finally, they got these big YouTube channels. You got people willing to pay them to push a narrative. You know what I'm saying? Pay me, I'll push a narrative. What you want me to push? Give me some money. I'll push it. Because that's what's going on. A lot of people have lost integrity. They don't care about nothing. Y'all pay attention, man, to channels where no matter what a boxer does, they never have anything good to say. They will never give that person credit. That lets you know what I'm talking about is real. And you can go right now. Y'all know, I ain't going to say the channels, but this channel over here is solely focused on this fighter. He won't give that fighter, the other fighter, to his nemesis or his op, no credit. You know what I'm saying? It don't make sense, man. Boxing is boxing, no matter where they fight at, man. We asking to see the fights. Turkey giving us the fights. We can think of all the reasons in the world why the fight should be in Vegas. But if he put that fight in front of me on my TV screen, and half of the people that's all about where the fight at wouldn't go into the fight anyway. Most of them ain't even been to a fight. Half of the people that's all about, man, he go over there in Saudi Arabia. I ain't going over there. You weren't going in the first place. You couldn't even buy a ticket to Las Vegas. Cut it out. Stop the cap, would you? That's all I'm saying. Cut it out, man. Get real with yourself and pay attention to these people, man, because this is what's bad for boxing. No matter whether we agree with the fights going to Saudi Arabia or not, at least somebody is trying to make these fights. At least people are willing now to sit down at the negotiation table with each other and even consider fighting each other. There was a time when I didn't think Canelo Alvarez and David Benavidez even had a chance, and maybe they still don't. I don't know. But maybe, just maybe, when I see Turkey dealing with Canelo, it gives me hope. It gives me real hope, because I just heard that he said instead of I think a 3 or 4 fight deal, they're going to add a fight to that. Well, who could that fight be? Who could it be? We know how Turkey think. He think like we do. He's just a boxing fan with money that's able to make the fights. It's like playing Monopoly money. I wish I could do it. If I had the Monopoly money like he got, and I could just, man, okay, I want this fight. I want this fight. I can see Turkey sitting down at home, man, and just passing through, coming through one of my little small channel and listening to us talk. Oh, this is the fight they want to see. I'll make that happen. That's what he's doing. Turkey is giving you everything you've asked for as a boxing fan, and we still are not, you know what I'm saying, grateful. We ain't grateful, man. You know what I'm saying? He put the food on the table, you slap it off. You know what I'm saying? Bro, once again, Leo, I don't worry about all that. I just want to see the fight. I'm a fight fan. I can't worry about the hotel, the restaurants. I don't own none of them. I don't own no hotel. I don't own no restaurant, but I own a TV. I got a TV. And if my TV can pick up that channel they fighting on, that's all the worries I should have. All that other stuff, it doesn't play into my psyche. I'm a hardcore boxing fan. I've been one for over 40 years. I want to see the fight. They can fight anywhere. If I need an antenna to watch it, give it to me. I want to see the fight. See, when people know this is what you should be telling people. You shouldn't be selling people on these channels that all ain't good for boxing. This ain't good for boxing. You ain't a real fan, man. You're not a real fan. You might be a fan of a fighter. You're a fan of a son, but you ain't a real fan. I'm not gonna sit on here and tell you just because. But if Bud and Canelo was fighting in Saudi Arabia, I would still have the same enthusiasm and be happy about that fight as I got now. Because I'm a fight fan. That's how you say a boxing. Stop finding ways to come up with situations and stuff to hate on the sport, and more people gonna start enjoying the sport like we do. And boxing can get back from down here to being back up there once again. That's what didn't happen, folks. People got these channels, and the internet came along, and the internet started, the narratives and pushing them started to destroy the sport of boxing. It's destroying everything. It's destroying basketball. Look at the numbers, the way it's dropped, because everybody talking about how, man, you go to every channel you go to. What do you hear? If I'm not a real basketball fan, right? But I kind of, want to get into the sport. But every time I turn on the channel, all I hear is, man, the sport watered down now. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like it used to be, man. These players today, man, that's what I'm going to say. I ain't got time to watch that. They already telling me what it is. Think about what you're saying, because a lot of that, man, is bad for the sport. If you true to a sport and you love that sport, uplift it. Don't be a part of the problem. Become a part of the solution. That's in life in general. And whatever you're doing in life, don't be a part of the problem. Be a part of the solution. And that's all I'm trying to be for the sport of boxing. A part of the solution. Telling y'all that no matter where they fight at, man, it's going to be a great fight. You know what I'm saying? The card is going to be great. We're going to get we're going to get the excitement and the thrills that we are looking for. That's all I'm saying. I salute Turkey. Take my hat off to you, man. Keep doing what you do, Turkey. Keep doing what you do. Let them hate and watch the money pile up. Y'all heard that before, ain't you? Yeah. Watch the money pile up. People gonna have to come around. And what's gonna happen is sooner or later, Al Heyman gonna jump on board. Him and Turkey gonna do business because Al Heyman is smart. Smartest man in boxing. Smartest man in boxing. They gonna do business. And when they do, oh man, it's gonna be special. It's gonna be special, man. I would love. That's who we need to be with. Dana White, get rid of him, Turkey. Go get Al Heyman. You want to know how to man do a business, run a business, and know how to get it? Al Heyman's the man. All respect to Al Heyman, man. That's what I want to see. This stuff Dana White talking about, I don't know what he's talking about. I'm just not a big fan of not paying your fighters. I ain't a fan of paying people, you know what I'm saying, not paying people when they're going out there putting their lives on the line. I'll never be a fan of that. I'm sorry. That's just who I am. Man, I got to get out of here. I got my hour in that I wanted to do. I enjoyed y'all. Leo, man, thank you very much, man. Salute. Pleasure talking with you, man. BVO, Prize. Y'all know what this is, man. Sports talk. Man, BVO, what time the show tonight? Or Prize, what time y'all coming on tonight? I know what time y'all plan on doing y'all show? Because I know it's coming soon. My brothers, man, we together, man. We coming. Prize, what time y'all, you know what time y'all gonna do y'all show tonight? That's why I'm trying to figure out what time y'all gonna be doing this thing tonight. Leo, do you are you subscribed to my channel, BVO channel? Dub right side. Man, we got a lot of channel. Tommy from the Bronx. 8:05 p.m. Eastern Standard, man. Okay, man, go over to do me a favor, man. I appreciate that, man. Thank you, man. My brother BVO got in the channel. You see him up there, BVO. It is and Dub, man. Okay, man. Hey, Dub the man. Man, please subscribe to my brother BVO channel, man. BVO, hey, him and Dub, we all together. Sports Talk Network, we all is one now, and we do our stuff together now, all of us. And BVO, man, hey, I can't get on there at nighttime, man, but I be at work watching them shows, man. They be getting it in. So if you get a chance, man, as soon as you get off, I don't know if you can click on BVO name or whatever on here, but hit it, click on his name, go over to his channel, and you're gonna be in for a treat tonight. And they doing their thing. And like I said, I'll be on there a lot. And me and BVO also got a show coming together up real soon. We finna get our thing together where we gonna be going live, you know what I'm saying? And we're gonna be bringing great interviews and content and giving y'all what y'all want. So this CDK Sports Talk Network, man. BVO, my brother, prize fighter, them said they'll be on tonight at 8:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'll be there. I'm out. Salute.